Hi. Today, I thought I would talk to you about hormones, a little bit of what they are, and how they get affected by various things, by perimenopause, menopause, environmental toxins, etc. So what are hormones? Hormones are your body's chemical messengers. So they're produced in your endocrine glands, and they're quite powerful chemicals. They travel around your bloodstream and they tell your tissues and your organs what to do. They also help control many of your body's major processes like metabolism and reproduction. So when you have a hormone imbalance, you've got too much or too little of a certain hormone. Even tiny changes can have serious effects throughout your whole body. So think of hormones like a cake recipe. Too much or too little of any one ingredient can affect the final product. So we've got some hormones that fluctuate throughout your lifetime. And these can just be the result of natural aging, such as perimenopause and menopause, which we'll talk about. And other changes occur when your endocrine glands get the recipe wrong. The human body has about 50 different hormones. Today, we're just going to talk about two reproductive hormones, estrogen and progesterone. So what is estrogen? It's your key female sex hormone. Men have it as well, but not in the same quantity. So everyone produces estrogen naturally in their adrenal glands and their stored fat tissue, as well as in the ovaries in men and the ovaries in women and the testes in men. So estrogen is important for our brain health, for our gut health, for bone making, for women's menstrual cycle. But what happens during menopause? The level of estrogen drops by about 90%. So you can imagine this will then lead to things like osteoporosis. It can lead to foggy brain. We'll talk more about the symptoms of perimenopause and menopause later. The other reproductive hormone I want to talk about is progesterone. It's a key female hormone for fertility, and it's only produced if an egg is released. It actually prepares your uterus for implantation. So because ovulation stops at menopause, your progesterone levels drop. Now, progesterone is important for sleeping, for brain health, for gut health, for thyroid function. So you can imagine during perimenopause, when your progesterone level is starting to drop, you're going to start having sleep issues, brain fog, forgetfulness, digestive issues. Let's look at two causes of hormonal imbalance. Okay, so the one we've touched on, perimenopause and menopause, and the other one is environmental toxins. What is perimenopause? Perimenopause is the transitional phase on the way to menopause. It can last between 1 and 10 years. Your progesterone levels decline and your estrogen levels can be high or low. So when your estrogen and your progesterone are not properly balanced, it can block the action of thyroid hormone. And that's why about 25% of women in perimenopause have low thyroid hormone. Let's look at some symptoms of perimenopause. There are about 39 symptoms. We're not going to talk about all of those. Some women only get a few. About 20% of women actually don't even experience symptoms, lucky women. So the main symptoms, hot flushes, night sweats. I'm sure most of you have experienced those. Breast tenderness, weight gain, irregular periods, decreased libido, mood swings, fatigue, trouble sleeping. Yay, so many symptoms we have to look forward to. Now, what is menopause? Menopause itself is once you haven't had a period for 12 months, at the end of the 12 months, you are in menopause. Your ovaries have run out of eggs and they have stopped producing estrogen and progesterone. So other areas of your body take over. And guess what? The fat cells around our tummies are one of the areas that take over production of estrogen. And that's why a lot of women in menopause get the muffin top. Lucky us. In the Western world, the average age of a woman to go through menopause is between 51 and 52 years. Now, the other major area that actually disrupts our hormones is something called environmental toxins. And I'm going to show you through a bit of an analogy how this affects our bodies. This here is our body. The water inside are the environmental toxins that we are exposed to on a daily basis. Now, when a baby is born, she has about 250 chemicals in her body already. As she gets older, she will use skin creams, cleansers. She uses makeup, perfume. Perhaps she doesn't eat organic fruit and vegetables, so she's getting all those pesticides. She may eat lots of sugar, junk food, processed food. She could even go on the birth control pill, dye her hair once a month, put on nail polish once a week. The average woman uses about 500 chemicals on her skin every day. And it only takes 26 seconds once it's on your skin to get absorbed into your bloodstream. So if you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your skin. Now let's get back to our woman. She may have Botox injections or even get a breast implant. And that's when she gets sick. And she may say, oh, it was the Botox or it was the breast implant, but that was just the last straw. It wasn't just one thing in isolation. It all works together to build up over time. And then the jug will overflow. It's like a volcano, which then erupts. And you may ask, so what's the big deal about exposing your body to these toxic chemicals? These chemicals are called endocrine disruptors as they interfere with your hormones and can have many negative effects on your body, such as heart disease, diabetes, obesity, breast cancer, autism, anxiety, weight gain, chronic fatigue, endometriosis, infertility, autoimmune conditions, and more. So what can we do about it? Well, you can reduce your exposure to toxins. You have choices about what you're putting onto your skin and what you're putting into your mouth. And by doing that, you will have much less chance of disrupting your hormonal balance. And you will free your body from all those negative health effects that I mentioned. So thank you for listening. I hope that you've learned a little bit today, and into the future, you'll be more conscious of what kind of environmental toxins you are choosing to expose yourself to. Thanks for listening. Bye.